Australian share market got off to a slow start to the new trading week with a gain of only 5 points. But when you consider that the banks were the overwhelming weak spot in the market today, it wasn't a bad outcome to finish in positive territory. So banks are weaker across the board. There's a suggestion that there might be a new lunge for market share amongst the lenders, which could crimp earnings. So today we had the CBA and the regional lenders down by more than 1%. But that was balanced by the improvements that we saw in commodity-facing stocks. And the reason for that is that we've seen the US dollar moderate over the course of the last couple of days, which has seen a bit at least emerge in the resource space, which has been absent for a couple of days. BHP was up by around 1.5%. Gold stocks did quite well. Northern Star, St Barbara Limited and Newcrest Mining were up in the range of around 2 to 3%. Woodside Petroleum was up by the most part of 2% in the energy space. Quite a busy day as far as earnings numbers were concerned. Fortescue Metals today reported a near 50% drop in their underlying profit after tax, and that seems like a big decline, but it was more or less in line with the market's expectations. It all turns around the fact that there's been a big drop in earnings for Fortescue over the last 12 months as Chinese authorities clamp down on particulate pollution there. So in the steelmaking side of things, that means that steelmakers are going for higher grades of iron ore, which puts Fortescue at a disadvantage. Elsewhere, Woolies shares were down by around 0.75%. Their full-year profit rose by 12.5% to $1.7 billion. But when you compare when you look at the growth in their Australian food business, it's a little bit light on, and that is a bit of a sticking point for investors. Although there was a special dividend of 10 cents per share announced, which brought the full year payment to 60 cents per share. Wasn't enough to get the organisation into positive territory. The Aussie dollar is a little bit weaker over the course of the latter part of the Asian session. It's just above 73 US cents.